Hello, and welcome to Artisan Alley. Today I will be discussing the Farnese Atlas. The Farnese Atlas stands as one of the most fascinating relics of classical Rome, blending mythology, artistic mastery, and an understanding of the stars and cosmos. This ancient sculpture, which was created in the 2nd century AD during the Roman Empire, features the oldest known depiction of the celestial sphere. The sculpture could have been displayed within a villa or in a public space, such as a bathhouse. Although its sculpture remains unknown, the Farnese Atlas offers a window into Roman craftsmanship, Greek astronomical thought, and the enduring power of myth. The statue was discovered in Rome during the Renaissance. It was around this time when Europe was rediscovering the legacy of Greece and Rome. The statue stands at a little over 7 feet tall and eventually became part of the Farnese collection. The Farnese collection is a treasure trove of antiques, such as the Farnese Hercules and the Farnese Bull. The collection was assembled by Cardinal Alessandro Farnese, who later became Pope Paul III. As of today, the statue can be found in the National Archaeological Museum of Naples, located in Italy. Now I'll be discussing the mythology behind Atlas. Atlas was the leader of the Titans, and in Greek mythology, the Titans were an Olympian generation of gods. Born from the primordial deities Uranus and Gaia, as the story goes, Atlas and his brother Menetius sided with the Titans on their war against the Titans. When the Titans were defeated, many, including Menetius, were confined to Tartarus, never to escape. However, Zeus had different plans for the leaders of the Titans. Atlas was condemned by Zeus to hold up the sky for eternity. Unlike modern interpretations that often show him supporting the earth, classical myth specifically assigned him the task of bearing the celestial heavens. Those consist of the stars, the planets, and even the sun. The details and expressions on the Farnese Atlas show the struggle he is under as the weight of the world is upon him. And it could even symbolize how we often feel that we are suffering the weight of the world on our own shoulders. The Farnese Atlas was carved from white marble. It shows the body of a man with a cloak draped over his shoulders, and on his shoulders is the celestial sphere. The marble he was created was most likely taken from one of the quarries that were located in the area, or it could have been imported from Greece. Following the common theme of copying Greek traditions, the original is a copy of Greek with their own Roman influences. The globe that is resting on Atlas's shoulder is incredibly detailed. It features the 42 constellations, including figures from the zodiac and Greek mythology. Some scholars believe that the star map may be related to the Lost Stars catalog of Hipparchus, a 2nd century Greek astronomer. Hipparchus is credited with the creation of one of the earliest star catalogs, and if the stars actually reflect his data, then it is a direct snapshot of a moment in time that is frozen in marble. But not everyone agrees. Some argue that it's more symbolic than scientific, that it's meant to represent a generalized representation of the celestials. However, using modern day scientific models, we can see how the sky would have looked around 2nd century BCE, when Hipparchus was alive. The data that it shows has a surprising degree of accuracy. It not only supports the connection between the two, but it raises questions about how this data was transmitted and applied. The statue is a bridge that connects mythology to the science and arts. It is an impressive feat to have captured such a detailed transcription of the stars. The Farnese Atlas continues to garner the attention of scholars, artists, and visitors to this day. Continue where I left off. Atlas is something that has lasted for centuries. Even today, it is seen in different mediums. For instance, there is a statue that was made and placed into New York City in front of Rockefeller Center. That statue was made by Lee Lorelei, and it was made of bronze and placed up there in 1937. Much like the original, it shows Atlas carrying the celestial sphere on his shoulder. It stays true to the original idea, even though it's made out of bronze and not marble. Outside of statues, there are competitions where competitors will use Atlas stones as a form of showing their strength, typically in strongman competitions. There, they will place the Atlas stones onto columns, and they'll progressively get heavier and heavier. And that just shows that it takes the world's strongest man to lift a portion of what Atlas is carrying.